Hello there, Whip here, and today I'm going to be showing you the elevator mod, and this adds loads of different kinds of elevator into Minecraft, and there's three different types actually: the player elevator, the item elevator, and the mob elevator. And they all do different things. So the mob elevator obviously is only going to work on mobs, and the player only works on the player, but I'm going to go through these one by one, showing you what they do. So first up we've got the player elevator, and if we walk in this, it's going to fire me up like that, and if I actually stand on the top of this, it's just going to keep firing me up, and that's the reason I've got those over there, which I'll show you later. And then this next one, we've got the down player elevator. So if I walk in this one, it's going to fire me down really fast, and it's slightly faster than jumping off. And of course you've got the added bonus that this has no fall damage, so if you go down this, it's not going to damage you. But next up we've got the item elevator, and this one just fires items up. So if we put the item in here, it's going to get fired up to the top like that, and it will bounce at the top like that. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't affect the player or mobs. And the player elevator, I forgot to mention, doesn't affect mobs. It only works on you and villagers, because villagers are actually classed as the player and not mobs, which makes sense really, since they are a bit different from most mobs. But next up we've got the mob elevator, and this one actually doesn't work on you. So if you go up here, it's not going to work, but if you put a mob in here, so I'm going to go to load 2 and put a sheep in here or something, go in there sheep, it's going to get fired at the top and start bouncing at the top like that. And I don't think the mobs can actually move, because once they're at the top they don't seem to move around, they just get stuck on there. So you might have to shove them off somehow if you want them to move from the top once you find them up. I suppose this would be really good if you wanted to make a mob grinder. You could use the down one to get skeletons down and the skeletons up and stuff like that, or zombies or anything you really want. So yeah, that's all the different kinds of elevator. And the item elevator, I presume you could combine with some water and a hopper and get items to be shot up and then go into a chest or something like that. So they all have uses. I'm sure you could figure out some of those uses, and that would be really good if you had like a massive skyscraper and you wanted to get to the top of the building really fast, or just get shot into the air if you're a bit bored really. They're quite fun to use. But anyway, to craft these you're going to need to make something called an elevator base. All the elevators use this item called the elevator base, and also you're going to need to craft one of these different kinds of arrows. So the up and down arrow for the player elevators, and the down and up mob arrows are obviously for the mob elevators. And once you've got these, you can then go and craft yourself an elevator. Just put the elevator base on top of the up arrow or whatever arrow you want, and then it'll craft yourself the type of elevator you wanted. But finally we've got the crafting for the item elevator, and this is basically just an iron ingot below an elevator base like that, and then you can craft yourself the item elevator. So they're quite easy and simple to craft and not very expensive. So over here we've got this thing I tested out earlier, which is you can actually make trampolines with the elevator blocks, because every time you stand on top of them they try and shoot you up. So if you put loads together, you've just got basically a trampoline as it bounces you up as you land on it. So it's quite cool actually, and since villagers are classed as players and not mobs, this villager's actually bouncing on this trampoline, seems to be having a lot of fun. Look at him, he's like, yeah, he's nodding his head up and down. Oh, he's fallen off, oh well. And over here we've got the sheep that's having a lot of fun on the mob trampoline. In fact, I'm just going to add some more sheep to make him less lonely. So there we go, put loads of sheep on there. And now we've got loads of bouncing sheep bouncing on the mob trampoline. So there you go. And so yeah, if you really want a trampoline, you could just retexture this to look like a trampoline or something like that. And then you could have this in your like house or something and bounce around on it for fun. So there you go. Or if you wanted to just like have loads of sheep bouncing around randomly in a location, you could just use these as well. And whoa, that sheep is really breaking it down. Look at that spinning. Oh yeah. That's crazy spinning actually, look at that. He's gone completely mad. Ah, stopped him. Oh well. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is the elevator mod, and I'll see you next mod video.